Good day to you. Oh, there we go. Good day to you. So since we're talking about momentum this month on Get Creative, I kind of want to share a little story of what happened yesterday or a couple of days ago. So because of this process, right, I've been trying to think about steps and what I need to do and what I want to do to keep moving forward because like everyone, I just don't, right? And I keep trying to force the writing and rewriting this novel and doing that stuff. But you know what? It doesn't energize me. What does energize me is painting, is sharing my paintings and talking about painting and being in creative groups and creative collectives and conversations, which is kind of why I'm doing this group, but that kind of thing. But so as part of that, I decided that I would send out my latest work each week online because, as you see, I'm in the middle of nowhere, so there's not many people around. So a couple of days ago, I'd finished a new painting. It was a big, large 4x2 landscape of birches or aspens, like the white kind of trees and kind of kind of realistic, but not really kind of abstracty landscape as I do. As I put it out there, and I put it into the Durango feed on Facebook because I'm in Pagosa. I'm like a couple hours away, basically, where I am. And I thought I would just ask, who do you recommend? Do you have any galleries? Do you know like any shows or anything that I could? How can I get my work out and how can I be around other creative people? Within like an hour, I had a response from this woman called Sarah, and she said, "Well, I'm part of the Durango Arts Center downtown, and come on by. We have a studio, we have gallery space, we do all this stuff. So if next time you're in town, just drop by and say hello." Happened to be that the next day I had to go to Durango for an appointment in the afternoon, so I was there. So I went there, and it was fantastic. It was just what I needed. Momentum, energy is the through line here, just in case you didn't get that. It was just what I needed. The conversation, Sarah happened to be in the gallery. You walk inside and it's on a corner building, one of the old ones, like the 1800s, 1900s kind of building in Durango. Mountains all around, some tourists, locals, coffee shops, that kind of thing. And so I went inside and I just put my bag down and started looking around. And there was a big show up, and it was very eclectic. And you could tell there were all these different styles and levels of experience and self expression and ways to get things out. It was crazy good. It was really good. So there's that. And then they also have a little shop to the left to the right as I walked in. And that's where they sell other people's artwork that's not in the shows. It's just kind of a constant turnover of smaller things and more budgety, kind of friendly things for tourists passing through, which would be perfect for a lot of my little stuff, right? So I was very excited. And then woman inside walking around talking to someone else, she came up and chatted to me briefly, and I'm like, "Are you Sarah?" We ended up reintroducing ourselves and talking, and we just talked up a storm for like an hour, and she showed me around the whole building. They have a theater. The art director is Ben. I'm not sure his last name, but Ben, and introduced me to Ben. And Ben's doing like the gallery and hosting a lot of different things. He also does vaudeville and performance stuff. And I was like, "Oh, me too." And then he does stage managing. I'm like, "Oh, me too." So we had all these great conversations, and I left there thrilled and excited and motivated. And now, a day later, I'm still excited, right? And you could tell. And I think I'm trying to think of like what it was. I think because I live alone and I travel alone and I work alone as a painter, as a writer, right? Or teaching things online and sharing things and sharing my travels and trips and all this stuff. It's mostly online these days. Apart from today, I have a friend coming to visit for a few days. But finding my people. Like I've tried to express this to other conversations with other people, and they're like, "Well, is it because you're queer?" I'm like, "No, that's not what I'm talking about. There's an energy. I mean, that's great. Um, there's an energy that I get when I'm around creative people, especially those that do multiple things, which is what I do. And so Sarah herself, she does like fabric artwork, she does glass work, she does painting, she teaches workshops through this art center. She helps out in all the different things. Ben, the director, he's doing performance and vaudeville and management and development and outreach, all the stuff I love and I've missed doing. And I think my challenge will be now I remember that, and I do really remember that, like that power of connection. That what to me creativity is all about is connection, right? And it's connecting with other creatives, and it's connecting with the people that are appreciating what we're doing, whether they're coming in to look at a gallery and you see them stop in front of a painting and just pause. That's magic. That's magic. Or you're on stage and you're reading like a play reading or something, like stage reading, and as a screenwriter, playwright, that's not me, but as a playwright, I imagine sitting there and just listening and watching the audience reaction to those words being spoken out loud. It's magic. And so the creativity, that urge for me is about connection, is about community. So how, my question to me is how can I bring that into my life? And I did, funnily, with Sarah and Ben at the Durango Arts Center, at one point I was like, "Are you hiring?" They're like, "Well, we are always interested in people with skills." And so kind of left with the idea that I should write to them and I should update my resume and all that stuff. But given everything that I've done, they're like, "Oh my God, you would be wonderful here. We'd love to have you here if we could." So then that's the whole other thread of like, well, how could I make that work? Is that what I want right now? Maybe not right now. This winter, I'm going to go to Mexico and just have a 5 month painting retreat. But after that, I am really intrigued, and it just makes me aware that being around like art centers like that, like helping out in the theater and doing stuff in Madrid, New Mexico, I did for years, and being part of that world was really good for me. Maybe this potential in Durango and just how positive and how wonderful it was. Maybe that's an actual, I should take that step, and I will. I'll email them today. But or maybe I just take note and go, huh, being around these people, these kinds of people, these kind of creative collectives, cooperatives, art centers, performance centers, that gets me excited, and that gets me so happy to be alive, to share what I do, and to be part of it, and to get inspired by people, and be curious about like, what are you doing? Why are you doing it like that? Like, I need that in my life. Noted. Now I get to move through the next phase, whatever that is, and look for it, right? So, anyways, I'll talk about it more because another thing, I picked up this whilst I was in Durango, and there's so much in this that I want to talk about as well. So we'll do another little video at some point. Anyways, that's me. That's my story. I've remembered what gets me excited, and that's being part of a bigger creative circle. So thank you. Okay, that was it. Time for coffee.